Boys in the back. Boys.
What is
boys in the
good?
back.
We are back with another episode of The Boys in the Back. I am one half, you heard me correctly, one half of The Boys in the Back. Mysterious Frank enjoying his vacation in Seattle. So we are running just the two of us. I'm Connor Burks. Joined alongside me, as always, Mr. New York Rick, Mr. Jackman. Big Ricky in the house.
Hello, my friend. I like how Frankie immediately got axed. We're already
Gone.
down to two. We're already.
Enjoy your coffee. Enjoy your rain.
There's also
He brought Seattle to New York today. With this weather.
Yeah, we can.
Or is this just a representation of how the Knicks fan base feels today after last night?
Yeah, I hope Helwani's not watching because
even if he is, that my sincerest apologies. I feel for all New York Knicks fans out there.
Tough loss last night. You guys see the end of the game last night? Really bad collapse.
What's the
Yeah,
whole
I saw
thing?
it.
What's
Yeah,
the
the
whole thing?
Oilers, they were up 3-1, gave them 5 in
I
the
see what you
third,
did there.
lose
I
6-3.
see what
So
you did
tough one for
there.
them.
Hey, shout out to the Stars as well, getting a dub. Frankie's Stars. Even though you're not here, Frank, I'm supporting you. That's the code word for today to see if you're actually watching. Go Stars.
Wait, did we get a response from Frank from yesterday's code word?
Nah, he didn't. He didn't send
Wow.
yesterday's code word in. Yeah, if you didn't see it, the Knicks up 17 at one point, up 9 with
fourth.
52 seconds.
Yeah, not good.
Got up to the 99.7% win probability.
Is it time for me to start taking the Pacers seriously? Because I haven't really to this point. I might have to.
If they win game 2, it's not looking good. But yeah, I feel for. I have many a diehard Knicks fans in my life, and when the ball bounced up and then went straight back down to the hoop, I gasped.
I mean, I thought
On
it
my
was
couch.
a 3 to start. I was like, oh, this is.
I thought it was
game
a
over.
3-2. I was like,
You hit that shot against us too, against the Cavs. My heart breaks because the Knicks have been a tortured franchise for a long time. Ariel Helwani's been tortured for a long time when it comes to the sports fandom. I'm trying to will this into existence for the Knicks and their fans, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it.
got to win the next game. We're not here to talk about basketball. We're here to talk about MMA. No UFC card this weekend, but we will have Mairon Santos on the show later.
Yes.
We'll also do pound-for-pound rankings in honor of Memorial Day summer activities, and then we'll do your voicemails and your super chats as well. But I wanted to kick the show off because I feel like the biggest news surrounding the UFC, surrounding the world of MMA right now, is what's going on with Jon Jones. He's been very active on social media this week, responding to people's comments on Instagram, doing a Q&A on Twitter. Videos have been coming out. Yeah, he's essentially trolling at this point. So what I wanted to do was first go over what he's done this week on social media and then sort of have the discussion of, do we actually think he's done? And if he is done, where does that leave his legacy? If he never fights again, what does his legacy look like in retirement? So the big video that sparked all this came out this week where he's talking on the phone with someone and they're essentially saying, you still got years left in this game, you're active, and he responds, I'm done. No, man, I'm done. We have the video right here. Now we have the video right here. The video where he says, I'm done.
Sorry, Frank is lacking me literally in live time.
There it is. Let's
There
go.
it is.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see you, Frank.
But you're still active. 10 years left, but you're still active.
He said you got 10 years left, but you're still active.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm done.
He got a little great. He's like, oh. I'm looking forward to seeing you again, Camille. You look great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's do some business.
All right, so there he says, I'm done. No, man, I'm done. How serious is he? Probably not dead serious, but he could be.
And also, could that change tomorrow? Sure, but for now, in that moment, it seems like he's saying, "I'm good for now." And by the way, it's not like he's been secretive about this, right? Everything he's been saying to people has been not about coming back to fight Hamas Masvidal. Everything he's been saying is like talking about how great his legacy is. Saying if somebody says like, hey, we still want to see you fight, him being like, oh, it's not a bad idea to come back and fight. He has not in any way kind of broadcast the idea that he does want to come back and fight. So to hear him say like, I'm done, it would make sense that he would be.
Yeah. Let's go through some of the tweets that we have from this week. Jordan, I'll just let you go in order and we can read them out. He starts, this is what really started it all. He says, dude, I'm out here in Thailand and I'm enjoying my life. I'm stuffing my face every day and I swear I'm losing weight somehow. The quality of food here is amazing. So delicious, so clean. I hear that a lot about food outside of America. And someone responds, enjoying your last days as champ before being stripped, I see, John? And then he responds to that, stripped? LOL. Do I come across as the type of person who cares about things like that?
For the record, I mean.
For the record, no, I don't think he cares about that. He has been stripped 3 times in the past, in 2015, 2016, and 2017, and he did vacate his light heavyweight title in 2020. So he is not a stranger to that happening. Someone says, otherwise you'd vacate the belt a long time ago because you don't plan to fight Tom. He responds, y'all barking up the wrong tree. I told the UFC my plans a long time ago. I have no clue why they haven't shared them with you guys yet, which is very interesting, which was pointed out by Helwani earlier this week as essentially ammunition for the Aspinall team to go to the UFC and be like, all right, man, what are the plans? What's going on here? What are Jon's plans? If you're not going to tell everybody, at least tell me so I know what's going on with my career.
It's also interesting as a response to somebody being like, well, you're holding this up, and Jon not saying, don't worry, this will happen. Instead saying, like, they know my plan, which reading the tea leaves could not be the affirmative, right? Could not be, hey, I told the UFC I'm ready to fight, let them know. It seems much more in the other direction.
Let's continue. So are you fighting again or not? You are the current champion in the division. Johnny Meat says, no, not a bad idea. So now we're swinging in the
But
other
are
direction.
we, though? Like, if
I mean, this is like a master class in trolling.
Like, yeah, not a bad idea isn't the same as, yeah, I'm going to fight, but still trolling from Jon. Johnny Meat.
He continues on social media. All of this taking place over the course of a few days. And then Anthony asks, how does it feel to be retired? Johnny Meat says, I don't know if I want to call it retired. I feel like I've always had an ability to pop out and show them. I've had many breaks throughout my career. My identity outside of fighting is well intact. I'm genuinely enjoying life. I'm growing in different ways. He keeps going back to this, like, I'm not ducking. Life is good.
Yeah.
So, like, there's a world that
also
he's like...
pop out and show him from Jon Jones. I like the, he's going to pop out and show him.
Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. It feels like he keeps going back to this, like, I'm not ducking, man. I'm just out here living my life. I'm just enjoying my life. I got money. I'm fine. I'm not ducking. Like,
which is not what you would hear from somebody who is interested in fighting, right? It would if we were to talk to Ian Machado Gary, right? Maybe he'll tell you about how great his life is. Maybe you talk about how good it is. But the other thing he tell you about is how desperately hungry he is to be a UFC champion, right? How desperately hungry he is to knock off the top contenders and prove that he is the best in the world. I'm only using Ian as an example. You could point to many athletes out there, nearly everybody who is in the UFC. Jon Jones doesn't seem to be taking the tone and the tenor that they would, right? It seems like somebody who is on the other side of that, who is thinking about walking away from the game. Now, do I think that's definitive? I don't know. Probably not. Like, as he said, maybe he pops... I can't believe he said pop out and show. But
he's not that old.
He's not that old.
Only 37. And especially at the heavyweight division, that is not that old.
Not only has he been doing it for a long time, but he's been a champion for a long time. He's been the face of the UFC at various points for a long time. One of the UFC's biggest stars for a long time. So when we talk about, like, a guy, you know, having miles on them, his miles are different miles than most people's miles because he has been the man since he entered the fray. And so that's a lot of responsibility. That's a long time. There's been a lot of ups and downs in his career. It has not just been smooth sailing all the way through. And so if you're somebody whose legacy is basically established as one of the GOATs, and we can debate whether he is the GOAT or one of the GOATs, suffice it to say he is one of the best fighters of all time, leaving now would not necessarily disrupt that, would not overturn that to the point that people go, well, he's not. He wasn't any good. He is firmly established in that regard. What would happen, though, if he came back and was able to beat Tom was it'd be in a stratosphere that I don't think anybody could ever potentially touch. But I would understand if a man in his position just said, hey, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need it.
I actually think if he did retire today, say he just tweeted out, I'm done fighting, I'm never fighting again, a lot of people would be like, oh, duck, I can't believe you duck, blah, blah, blah. Then there would also be probably the majority of people would be like, well, he's still one of the greatest fighters of all time, respect, enjoy your time and everything like that. And I also think as time went on, the ducking stuff would just fade off, and it would just be
Sure.
like, this guy
10
is
years
one
from
of,
now.
if not the greatest fighters of all time. There's a couple more social media interactions he had this week. Sean Scott said, bro really wasted Tom's prime like that. No respect at all. Johnny Bones says, cry more. Essentially, like, I don't care.
I don't care.
Let's continue. I think there's one or two more. No. There it is. Legacy completely ruined, LMAO. Jon Jones responds, Jon Jones, youngest champion in UFC history, most dominant, longest reigning, made millions, left the sport on his own terms, flipped that fight money into real business success, became a great fighter, inspired people all over the world. Yeah, what a terrible legacy.
Great father. And
Oh, great father. What did I say? Great fighter?
yeah,
Hey, great father. Inspired people all over the world. Yeah, what a terrible legacy.
he's laid out essentially what I'm saying, right? Like, I don't think that this is a legacy ruiner, and I don't think it could possibly be because of how much he has done in the sport. But it is one of those things that this is the story of the moment, and it is impossible to escape, and it is impossible for him to escape. If this didn't bother him, I don't think he'd be replying, right? If this was just something where it was like people are saying all these things, it didn't bother him, he let it roll off his back, I'd be more firmly feeling like he could walk away comfortably. But the fact that people continue to talk to him about this, I do think leaves that possibility that he goes, I want to shut these people up. Because it has to be incessant. It has to be nonstop.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you look him up, it is just about him
And he's
him and Tom
engaging
Aspinall.
with it, meaning he's seeing it. And for everyone that he replies to, there's 10 more he didn't reply to that he saw, you know?
Okay, so all the vibes that we're getting from him is that he's sound in his legacy. He's sound with everything. He's never even mentioned, like, I am going to fight Tom Aspinall. No. He actually goes the inverse. When he talks about Tom Aspinall, he's like, oh, yeah, the guy that Jon Jones called out Jon Jones and never achieved anything great. That was in a deleted tweet now. He's essentially just like, oh, man, all he ever did was call out Jon Jones. See, like, where I accomplished all of these incredible things in my life. Now, on the flip side of that, when Dana White made the announcements last week of Ilya and Charles, DDP, Hamzat, people were asking him in the IG Live about the fight, and this is what he had to say.
Naturally, right?
Tom Aspinall, I didn't read it. I told you guys already, we'll get Aspinall versus Jones done. Jon Jones versus the heavyweight fight will happen. Just relax. I'll announce that soon.
So, did he forget Tom's name there? What happened?
No, I think he just like
a
choked
brief
on some
clip.
spit or
Yeah,
something.
Choked on some spit. Heavyweight fight will get done. This is like 9 days ago, and he's like, I will announce that soon.
He's been pretty consistent, right? Like throughout the time now.
That this is going to happen.
The optimism maybe has gone from 1,000%, 10 million%, 100%, don't worry, to like, okay, don't sweat, it'll get announced. It feels like it's like a softening of it. To me, that feels like hopeful, wishful thinking, right? That feels like Dana White going, look, if we can figure out a way to make it worth his while, we'll be able to get it done. To their credit, UFC most oftentimes does get that done, right? UFC has a track record of being able to kind of figure out how to get these fights done, even the hardest ones to make. And so I think that there's a confidence that you can build from coming from that place, and I think Dana White's right to do that. I also think there's a fear that if they go, we didn't make Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones, the fans are going to be upset. And the fans are going to hold that against them. And the fans are going to say, you always tell me, Dana White, you always tell me MMA is where these fights happen. The UFC is where these fights happen. Boxing, they never make the fights. They duck each other. There's 1,000 belts. In the UFC, we make the best fight the best. And if they can't stand on that promise, now we have an example where Francis Ngannou and Jon Jones were talking about each other, and it was not able to be made. Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall are seemingly on a collision course, and it was not able to be made. There's a world where that is now becoming the record, at least when it comes to Jon Jones and some of these big time fights for the UFC. And I don't think the UFC wants that by any means, nor Dana White.
Meanwhile, on the flip side of that, boxing is the one making the fights happen.
At the moment,
right now.
Turki Al-Sheikh is footing the bill on a lot of these fights.
Canelo Crawford, we're seeing these things happen. You start to wonder, like, and what do? Do they just come out and just be like, all right, we're stripping Jon Jones, you're getting Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane for the Undisputed. Imagine the mayhem on MMA Twitter that day.
Yeah.
It would erupt.
Now, would the ire be directed toward the UFC or Jon Jones? Because I think Jon Jones would take the majority of the heat.
I think Jon Jones as well. I think there would be some directed at the UFC, sort of like under the same breath that you were just saying. Like, Danny, you kept saying it was going to get done. Now it doesn't get done. Now we get Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane. Now, on the flip side of this, sort of siding with the UFC, is there an argument to be made that like Jon Jones doing this is just only drawing more attention to the potential of the fight happening?
Oh, it certainly is. And we said this back in November. When did Tom fight?
November.
No,
July.
July. Holy
304.
shit.
Yeah, Manchester. Jon Jones fought in November.
That's right. We said this in November around the time that Jon Jones fought. He fought Stipe Miocic at MSG, where the stuff that he was doing in terms of shutting down Tom's advances and making it kind of unclear whether he was going to fight him or not fight him until the moment he stepped in the cage, only built the anticipation of the fight, only built the promotion of the fight up. I think this does the same thing, but I don't know if that lasts forever. There's a certain point where people are going to go shit or get off the pot. Like Jon Jones needs to make a decision because seemingly from all we've heard, and Ariel has talked about this, the UFC is not the holdup anymore. There was a time where maybe the money was the holdup. The UFC is not the holdup anymore, and now it's Jon Jones, the one who is sitting.
And Kaposa posted that clip of Dana White, I think it was after like UFC 169 or something, about GSP, and was essentially like, you don't get to just sit on the belt. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to go take a cruise and you'll come back and the belt will be waiting for you. No, you owe it to the man that is challenging for the title. You owe it to the fans. You owe it to the promotion to continue to defend your belt.
It's crazy how times have changed.
I saw someone posted it as if it was an audio recording and it was supposed to be framed as him talking about Jon Jones, and all the comments were like, AI, this is bullshit. It's like, no, this is actually just him talking about another one of the greats, GSP.
Yeah.
Probably, 10, 12 years ago at this point?
Yeah, GSP after one of his title defenses going, I'm going to take some time away, and Dana White not happy about it. I also imagine if Jon Jones were to walk away, we'd get a narrative from Dana White that's different. I imagine he'd be quicker to throw Jon under the bus at a certain point if he can't make this fight.
All right, do you think he's done?
No. I don't.
Do you think he fights Tom Aspinall next?
No.
Do you think Tom Aspinall's next fight is Jon Jones?
No.
Okay. So you think he leaves, Tom Aspinall fights for the belt, yada, 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 and then eventually he comes back?
I don't think he fights Tom Aspinall now. I think if Tom Aspinall could get some more wins under his belt, all of a sudden maybe that becomes a little more appealing and then he's able to do it, able to justify it and come back. Maybe some of the fire comes, if Jon Jones is sitting on the sidelines for a year or two, all of a sudden maybe the itch to get back in there happens, and that thing that fueled him to become the great champion that he had been previously kind of returns. I don't think right now, as we continue to creep further and further and closer and closer and closer to this like drop dead point of we need to make this fight, I don't think he's ultimately going to do it at this point in time.
I think we'll know months before, but I feel like MSG is the point of whether you know or not.
Oh, 100%. But then you have to find out sometime in September,
August.
Yeah.
I
Which is
feel
not
like,
that far.
And at that point, if we're not finding out till then, that means Tom Aspinall will have been inactive for over a year, just sitting on the sidelines waiting.
Year and a half almost.
At his athletic prime.
Yeah. As many people are rightly angry about, Tom Aspinall has wasted some of his prime years because he's good. On the silver lining, on the plus side, if you want to look at the glass, looking at the glass half full, one, there's not a lot of challengers, right? There's not a lot of guys that I'm like dying to see Tom Aspinall fight. So it's not
You're
like
getting this half-baked Cyril Gane over a questionable decision victory over Volkov. I thought Volkov won that fight clear as day.
Yeah, so did I. Are you dying for that fight?
No, not at all. I'm not dying for any of these.
It's not like there's been something that Tom could have been doing in the interim. So
Tom also, he was in an interview with DJ earlier this week where he said as much. Essentially, he's just like, this is the fight with Jon Jones.
This is the fight.
It's more than just getting in the octagon and fighting him. I have to deal with all of this because the legacy on the line, the money on the line.
What we have lost, though, is some momentum because as we did on an episode of the show, I think Tom could be the biggest star in the UFC, and so we've lost time on that. But I think he has plenty of time to still achieve that. At heavyweight, you've got some years. As we see, you can fight into later years because that power kind of doesn't go away. I think Tom's got a long career ahead of him, and so it's been unfortunate. But I don't think I don't think we lost much. I think we'll all recover from it, but it does suck for Tom. He's not earning money for his family, at a time that he could be, and massive, life-changing money.
All right, let's live in a world where he is done.
Jon Jones is
where
done
we get
forever.
an announcement. Dana White goes on his IG Live, and he's just like, yo, Jon Jones out. Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gane, undisputed heavyweight title at MSG in November. Jon Jones Gets on Twitter. Yep, that's it. Peace, bon voyage. That's it for me. 28-1 and 1. That's how we're going to end this one. Where does his legacy lie? Where does his legacy stand? Let's go through the accomplishments and the controversies that come with Jon Jones in his career.
Let's do it.
The accomplishments, he's 28-1.
One is
one no contest. That was a disqualification. So no man has ever stopped him or outpointed him in a mixed martial arts fight. He also did beat DC. That got overturned to a no contest.
Yep.
He is the youngest champion in UFC history. He's a 2-division champion. He has the most title fight wins in UFC history with 16. He has the most successful title defenses in UFC history with 12. He has the most wins, most title defenses, longest win streak in UFC light heavyweight history. He's the only fighter ever to beat 5 former UFC champions consecutively. He holds wins over 8 undisputed UFC champions, and then Cyril Gane, who was interim. Longest total reign is pound for pound number 1 with 1,743 days. Longest unbeaten streak in UFC history with 20 wins. He already has a fight in the Hall of Fame against Gustafsson, will undoubtedly be a Hall of Famer himself.
Yep.
And he was the 2011 Consensus Fighter of the Year. The resume is insane.
If you stop there, if you end the conversation there, I don't think it's even debatable.
I don't think it's a conversation.
I don't think there's anybody else who can put their resume next to that, looking at the fights, put it next to that, and go, I did it better. It's just not possible. The other half of what we'll get to is where I do think it becomes murkier,
which is the controversies
Yes.
that have marred him. Within the realm of the octagon, within the realm of the sport, tests found the primary metabolite of cocaine prior to UFC 182.
Yeah.
That was chalked up to just being a mistake. Tested positive for 2 banned substances prior to UFC 200, 12-month suspension from USADA. Tested positive for anabolic steroids prior to UFC 214, 15-month suspension from USADA. He was stripped of the light heavyweight title in April 2015 from his hit and run incident, which we'll get into in a second. He was stripped of his interim light heavyweight title in November 2016, doping violation. He was again stripped of light heavyweight title in September 2017 due to steroids after the DC fight. December 23rd, 2018, UFC 232 was moved from Las Vegas to LA for him after a random drug test found a trace amount of steroids in it. They said it was negligible, but they needed to move the commissions.
It was the pulsing thing.
Yep. And then he vacated the light heavyweight title in August 2020 to move up to heavyweight. Outside of the octagon, a DUI in 2012, hit and run conviction in 2015, charged with battery against the waitress in 2019, DUI in 2020 with no insurance and negligent use of a handgun, domestic violence arrest in 2021, anger management class for allegedly threatening to kill a drug testing agent in 2024, and that's up until 2025, the outside of the octagon controversies.
Yeah, it paints the picture of a very complicated kind of conversation to have to separate the art from the artist, right? Like inside the cage, he is brilliant. And when he is doing his work, when he is fighting, he is brilliant. But there is no doubt that when you talk about Jon Jones, this is all part of that conversation, right? The positive test. Now, in a lot of these cases, it's been either cleared or there's been an explanation. In the case of
USADA has come out and been like, he is not a drug cheat. These circumstances happened.
You talked about moving the event. It was a pulsing from a previous positive test that they were. And as you kind of like wade through it, there is kind of some explanation that arises with some of these things. Then you get to the outside the octagon stuff. You get to whether I would say that those two things are separate in my mind. If I'm talking about MMA GOAT, I'm not talking about their personal life. That would be something that the conversation of like, is Jon Jones a role model? Is Jon Jones a good person? Those kinds of things, I think, are a conversation to have and are part of that whole picture when you think about Jon Jones, but not necessarily what I'm factoring into when I talk about, is Jon Jones the greatest mixed martial artist of all time, right? We've reached a point where we know so much about our athletes in 2025. You have so much more knowledge into these athletes that we didn't have 20, 30 years ago. They're on social media. Their lives are playing out in the public. There's 24/7 news coverage. All these things kind of like could be hidden away and you could just love your favorite athletes. Now we have a much more complicated relationship with some of these athletes. We learn about them for good and for bad, right? There's some guys that we learn about and we're like, wow, they're everything we thought they were. And there's some guys that we learn about and we're like, man, I wish this dude was a better dude. when I have this conversation about like Jon Jones' legacy, I do separate that out in terms of like GOAT status, but it's not separate from the conversation. It's not put to the side when you talk about who is Jon Jones, what is Jon Jones, what was the impact he had on people, what was the impact he had on us as MMA fans. All this is part of that narrative. It just for me doesn't factor into GOAT or not GOAT. Now, there are some who will factor in the positive tests, right? Now that factors into can you be the GOAT? Because
that was going to be my question. Does any of it affect the GOAT status argument?
I think it has to.
I agree.
I think it has to. For me, ultimately, it is not enough to make me think that Jon Jones is not the GOAT. The performances that I saw in the cage are enough for me to definitively say that I believe Jon Jones to be the greatest fighter of all time. But I think there are many out there and who would be rightful to say these positive tests mar that. These positive tests take away from what I think is the best fighter, and I would have somebody else. Call it GSP, call it whoever else you want to do. DJ. There's plenty of great names that you could pick from that. The resume itself, though, I can't look at that and not go and to have been alive for it, to see it, to be a fan of the sport at the time that Jon Jones was competing. I can't look at him as anything other than the greatest mixed martial artist to fight.
It's so similar to the Barry Bonds argument in baseball because we know Barry Bonds was an incredible baseball player before the steroids. When you could tell the dude was not on steroids, tiny head, everything like that, but he still won multiple MVPs with the Pittsburgh Pirates, and then he starts launching balls into the river in San Francisco. And it's just like, the dude's unbelievable. He's undoubtedly one of the best baseball players alive, but like, is he the GOAT because you know that he took steroids? So it's sort of the same thing with Jon Jones. Like it has to hurt the argument that in some of the biggest fights of his life were marred by these positive tests.
Correct me if I'm wrong though. Was there any that did not get explained away by USADA? Was there any that
No, it was
everything
really
had some kind of justification, right?
Justification, yes. That it wasn't him taking them trying to get
there was
edge.
an ingestion and then the pulsing. So to me, it's hard. Like it's an impossible task if the people that we have put in charge of this testing and put in charge of this kind of conversation are saying he didn't knowingly ingest this or this case was a pulsing and yada 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 and onward. It's hard for me to go, okay, this is the reason not. Now, I don't think I'm like everybody. I think there are many out there who will go, no, I don't care. He had it in the system, and that's enough for me.
No doubt.
And I completely understand that. It's not enough for me to go, he's not the GOAT. But I think the story of Jon Jones, if he was to retire today, beyond just like Jon Jones is the GOAT, Jon Jones to me, and it's not often you would say this about somebody who's as great as he is the biggest what-if story in MMA history. He's the biggest what could he have been if he took it as seriously as he should have, if he kept himself out of trouble, if he was somebody who was as dedicated to the game as he was doing everything else, what could he have been? Could he have done this times two? He took years out of his career for some of these positive tests, for the outside the cage incidents, for all the things that were happening in his life. If he showed up as the best version of Jon Jones on every single night that we saw him and was as disciplined as, say, a George St. Pierre, would this resume be twice as good? Would this resume be 3 times as good? It'd be insane to think about what Jon Jones could have done if he took it as seriously as some of the other top athletes.
That's a great point by you because like the years that he missed, I mean, think about it. Since February of 2020, he's fought twice, Cyril Gane and Stipe Miocic. Now, I understand he was moving up a division and everything like that, but it's like, and then you add in the 12-month suspension, the 15th-month suspension, having to win his title back, the no contests, everything like that. It really does make you wonder if he had approached the game as clinically as like a GSP did from
purely too, just like everything was about it. Everything was like keeping your body in the way, like, as we know, Jon Jones likes to party. That's fine.
Yeah.
But if he wasn't, what could he have been?
Right. Like from like 2009, 2008, all the way up until now, to him being 37, what would the resume look like? Would he be 37-0? Like there's just no
50?
telling. There truly is no telling. What I think because of how insane the resume is, you cannot leave him off your Mount Rushmore of fighters. I think a lot of people, because of the tests, are going to say he isn't the GOAT, and I understand that. But when it comes to like my money for the best fighter of all time, I think it's Jon Jones. I think there's a difference between the GOAT and the best. I think the GOAT is like the overall resume, everything put into the picture, and then the best just like at their peak who was the best fighter of all time, for my money, it's Jon Jones.
Yeah, and the reason I'm so confident that the resume would be even more impressive is because during that run where he was on top, there was nobody who was touching him. There was nobody. Now, there will be people who will tell you to this day Dominic Reyes beat him. Dominic Reyes will be one of them. The years before that, I promise you nobody was coming close to this guy. Like, he was just on a level and on a planet that nobody else was able to get to and nobody was able to achieve. And so if he was fighting regularly during that period, he would have racked up so many more wins. It would have been this like insane Tiger Woods-esque run. Now, he's probably already the Tiger Woods, right? In terms of where he stands as far as on the field performance type stuff goes.
But 16 title fight wins.
Insane. Ridiculous. Like,
I mean, every fight he's been in since like 2011 has been a title fight.
He is undoubtedly, in terms of the performances, one of our best, one of the peak performers that we've ever had. But as we said, the legacy is more complicated than that, right? It can't just be the things in the cage, and there's a lot to talk about when it comes to Jon Jones, and that will disqualify him for many people's lists. And there will also be some people who are just like, man, I just don't like the guy. I don't want to talk about him because I don't like the guy. And I understand that. Like that, as I said, we are exposed to athletes in a completely different way now in 2025, where we know so much more about them than just the performances on the field or in the cage or things like that. And so complicated legacy, complicated life for Jon Jones, but ultimately, for me, the greatest who ever did it, the best who ever did it, and the biggest what-if story in MMA history, because often that what-if thing is about somebody who didn't make it, right? It's like, what if everything broke right for this guy? It's often what if everything did break right for this guy. He became one of the best ever. He became the best ever. And I still believe he left some on the table. I still believe he left a lot to be desired, which is crazy.
It truly is crazy. And how much more, we went through how crazy the resume is, how much more does a Tom Aspinall win help that legacy?
Huge.
It just gets rid of the ducking allegations. He says that he beat the next generation at heavyweight.
There will always be a guy that somebody will go, but you didn't fight him. There will always be that. I don't think that list ever ends. This is as close as you can get to ending the list. If you beat Tom Aspinall in his prime right now, I don't think anybody goes, but you didn't beat Cyril Gane again. Oh, you know what? Actually, I know exactly what would happen. If he did beat Tom, I guarantee you, they'd say, you ducked Francis, though. That's what would happen. I guarantee it. But this would be as close to completion as you can possibly get.
There will always be the naysayers. All right, let's transition to UFC Apex 106 this past weekend, where we saw Mairon Santos defeat Sadiq Youssef by a unanimous decision, and we're lucky enough for him to join us right now. Mairon, what's going on, man? Thanks so much for the time.
Hey, thanks for having me. Yeah, man, great weekend. I'm very happy.
Yeah, man. So after the Francis Marshall fight, you actually came out and said it yourself that it was very close scorecards. A lot of people scored it for Francis. You said that you felt he maybe should have had his hand raised as well. How good did it feel to go out there against the guy in Sadiq Youssef that now has 10 UFC fights, has been in main events, is a veteran of the sport at the highest level, and get a clear unanimous decision win over him?
Yeah, man, it was great. We always want to finish fights, but I think for this one, it was special to have a unanimous decision because of my last fight. And yeah, just like you said, like this guy, he's been in the UFC a long time, main event, fought a lot of good names. You know, Diego Lopez, I think he got to the rankings after beating Sadiq, so he's a big name. So I'm just like super happy to have this performance and be dominant against a guy like him.
Yeah, it was an incredible win. I do want to go back to the Marshall fight just for a moment. I know we're moving on bigger and better. I do want to go back to something you said, though. I saw in an interview with Tom Gerbasi for UFC.com. You talked about believing that the Marshall fight was going to be an easy fight, and you learned a lesson from that. Can I just ask you, what did the preparation look like for that fight that was different? What did thinking it was going to be an easy fight lead you to do differently in the preparation? Was it less preparation? Was it not as intense preparation? How did that end up happening, and what did that look like?
So my preparation for the fight was very hard. Like with training, everything was like I always do, super hard, and I always try to push myself to the limit. But my mind wasn't in the right spot. Like it wasn't about the training. It was more about like my mindset going to the fight, coming off like a knockout in the tough finale, and I just felt like when I saw like his tape and his fights, I thought it was gonna be easy fight, because I really do believe in myself, but I think I had too much of it. So I went there like, okay, first punch I'm gonna throw like this guy. He gets hit a lot, and I'm good in finding openings. So I thought I was gonna find the opening early and gonna knock him out. The problem in that fight was more like my mindset, not my preparation.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And so then, how did you prepare your mind? What did you do leading into the fight against Sadiq Youssef that was allowed you to perform the way that you wanted to? That allowed you to go, okay, I'm not going to ice him with the first punch. I'm going to maybe be in there for longer and get yourself ready for a fight against a very tough guy.
Yeah, first of all, like having good people around me helped me a lot. Coach Eric Nixick, when we got this fight, he said to me, "Hey, I need you like to be classy all the time, eyes open, and man, don't be relaxed like your last fight." And also, I knew at this point when I got the fight, I already knew that what was wrong. So I just said to myself, I'm gonna respect this guy, but not respect him. So I knew he was powerful. I knew he was dangerous and always like to finish fights early. So I just like couldn't be like too comfortable going like too relaxed like I did with Marshall. So that was one of the things that I changed for this fight. Like I have to respect, but at the same time don't respect.
I saw on your IG story, and I can see it on your chin now. You said the only cut that you got in the fight was from his hair. How did this happen?
Yeah. So he was pressing me against the cage. It was in the first round, and we are dry, no sweat, no nothing. And I just felt in the moment like burn after like he put his head on my chin, and I felt burn a little bit, but like that's normal. But then the next day was like,
Yeah, it looks like your skin's gone.
yeah, man. And the bad thing is, I always forgot. So after my shower, I was like with the towel drying my face, and I forgot, and I did this, and like it was bleeding, and like the like my the like the skin when it's healing. So all this was gone. So it was like just blood and this like skin. So I don't know, but yeah, maybe I will have this mark forever, and I will remember.
Yeah, the scar from Sadiq Youssef. I also saw on your IG story, you ballooned up to 83 kilograms after the fight. And I was doing some research, man. Through your career, I saw you fought as low as 125 in your early career. I saw you fought as high as 175 pounds, and now you're ballooning up to that's like 185 pounds. Is 155, obviously this was your first time fighting at 155 in the UFC. Is this going to be your true weight class from now on?
I don't know.
Could you do 170?
No.
Okay,
no,
all right.
no. But like right now, I'm leaning towards one more fight at 45. But I like right now I'm resting. Like I'm taking this week off. Next week I'll be training again. Like not like usually I do because I wanna rest a little bit. I feel like I've had 3 camps in a row, so my body's like all hurts and injuries from my last fights. But I want to go back to training, go back to eat like normal, and see how my body's gonna feel. And then I'll take like my final decision. Right now, I still want to do one more at 45 because I like my height and reach for the weight class. And I think 155. Of course, I'm healthy, but I'm like my reach and height are very like average. and that's a big thing that I like to use in my fights, because I like to fight long and things like that. So I'll see. It was good to fight 155. I had no issues cutting the weight and recovering. So let's see. But right now my heart is like, okay, one more at 45. But I don't have my decision yet.
Yeah, you say that now, but I believe in on media day before the fight, you said that we're looking at to get to featherweight, we're looking at a 40-pound weight cut. Is that true? And if so, are you going to feel that same way come fight week about going down to 45?
So I, it's hard because like I had fights in this sequence, so I didn't have time to settle down and see how my body would react to a normal routine without having a camp. So I don't think that's good for me, 40 pounds. That's why I'm thinking about 155. But before, last year, my normal weight, my walk around weight was 170 to 175.
Okay.
So I want to see if my body changed, or if it's just I'm getting too big between fights, and after my body will adapt and go back to 170, 175. But yeah, man, 40 pounds is hard. I don't like that. I will always make weight regardless, but it's not fun.
40 pounds is draining, man. 40 pounds is draining. I know you and Mateus Camillo are boys, and he got to make his UFC debut this weekend. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him, but how cool was that for y'all to not only be on the same card, but him making his UFC debut with you?
Man, it was great. I said that to him, and I'm gonna say here, he's been through this situation before, and a good where he was winning, and like he made a mistake and lost, and after that, 6-5 win streak, like 4 finishes. He fought the guy, uh, on the Dana White show. So I think it will be a good lesson for him. We are young, so we learn fast, and I know him. I know he's already training. I know he didn't lose his focus, so I know it's gonna be a good loss for him. And when he comes back, it's gonna be a good fight, and you guys gonna see a new version. And of course, fighting the same card as him in the UFC debut, it was good because we used to work together, struggles together, and now we are in the UFC. And I know we're gonna fight one day, same card again, and we're gonna have our both hands raised.
Yeah, that's incredible. And I want to talk more a little bit about that relationship. I saw in an interview with Mike Owens of Inside Fighting that it had been mentioned that you guys were washing vans together. You had been on the come up in Brazil, waiting for your opportunity, saying one day we're both going to be at this level, and then you achieved it. Can you take me back to that point? Can you take me back to when you guys are cleaning the vans, to what the conversations are like and how you're talking about making that dream come true?
So that was actually here in the US.
Okay.
Like 2021 to 2022. I think it was 2022, yeah. So I used to work in a tour company in Vegas that goes to Grand Canyon, places like that. But some days, like I had to wash 5 vans, and the vans were big, so I couldn't do it alone. And I would always call him to help me, and we would work together, get paid together, and even with like 2 people, it was still hard. So, and before that, I was working all day doing food delivery. So I would work and train at the same time. Sometimes I would finish by midnight, and then I would go wash the vans and then finish 5 a.m. in the morning. So we were doing that together, midnight to 4 to 5 a.m. And then we would always say, hey man, one day we're gonna be in the UFC, and all these gonna be just good story that we're gonna tell people. And now it's a good story that we are telling people. So it's good. Like I always believed it, and he always believed it. So I think that was one of the reasons that we got like to get along so well, because like we passed through the same things in Brazil, the struggles, and then in the US, same thing. So yeah, man, it was, now I can say good. It was good times.
Yeah.
And this was all by circumstance that you guys got put on the same card?
Yeah, his fight was scheduled already like weeks before mine. I got the call. I thought it was 4 weeks, but actually it was like 3 weeks and some day, like couple more days. Uh, but he was already scheduled to fight. I got the short notice fight, and like luckily it was in the same card, and it was good. We got like to share the same locker room, like to have our concentration together. And of course, like it didn't go his way, but he's in the UFC. Like he got to the UFC, so he just have to make some adjustments, and he'll be back stronger.
I saw you welcomed your first child back in January with your wife, Yasmin. Congratulations, obviously. How
Thank
has
you.
it been going through these training camps now as a father? Still just at 24 as well.
Yeah, man. So, oh my God, you guys gonna make me cry.
Happy tears, though. Happy
Yes,
tears.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons that I want like to rest a little bit, because like this little guy, he puts in the work. Like he he's already like talking, rolling over. Right now, we can't like leave him in the bed and just like
Yeah.
rest, because he's moving a lot. And I wanna like, to be honest, these like 2 fights that I've had with him, I was sad because I couldn't be more present. So right now, that's why I want to take some time off, like to be more with him, and I don't want to miss any like details, because every day he's learning a new thing. So I want to be all these moments, and some days, I will be training and then home, shower, eat, and train again. And my wife would send me a video of him doing a new thing. And I was like, oh, I'm sad because I'm missing this. Of course, I know I have to train and do everything. But at the same time, I feel like if I rest a little bit, fight just in the end of the year, I will enjoy him a lot. Also, I want to like heal some injuries that I had from my fight with Marshall. So yeah, I want to take some time off, and it's awesome like to have him. My dream was always to be a dad and have a family, and I have this now, so I couldn't be any happier.
Yeah, congratulations. We're so happy for you, and you're wise beyond your years. You're only 24 years old, but that's a great mentality to have. That's the right mindset to have. You're not going to get that time back, so make sure you do spend that time with your family. Make sure you're there for those moments, and also your career is in a great trajectory. As I said, you're only 24 years old. You've got a lot of time ahead of you, and you're already in a great position. Speaking of childhood, I was thinking about this. I also saw in another UFC article by Tom Drbesi that soccer was the calling, or football was the calling for you when you were younger, but some kind of foot injury ended that dream. What was that? Can you tell me more about like the foot injury and when you put the soccer dream on the side, and what was the thing that got you to transition into fighting?
So I'll try to explain that. In English is hard.
Okay.
Sorry, but I'll try to explain. I was playing soccer in like synthetic grass.
Mm.
It wasn't like a field with the natural grass. And I don't know if there was some glass or something uh in the grass that I was like running, and I just like I felt something cut my big toe, like a huge gash. I had to take like 8 stitches. My toe like was hanging like this, like it was hanging, and I could see my bone.
Oh my God.
So it wasn't good. And then I went to the hospital, 8 stitches, rest, and okay, you can play soccer, it's fine. And then I think 10 days after, instead of going to the hospital, I I just took like a clipper to cut like nails,
Oh.
and I removed the stitches by myself. I was 12,
No. Oh
and
no.
then everything was fine. And then I slipped, like I stepped like on the water, and I slipped and I hit the wall and I opened my toe again.
Oh.
And this time was even like it was worse. So the doctor said, if you don't rest, you can't play soccer. And I rest. I did everything, but every time I would play, my toe would bleed a lot because I'm like my good foot. I'm orthodox. My good foot like to kick is my right foot, my right leg. So every time it would bleed, it would hurt, and it was just annoying. And I was already a fan of mixed martial arts. I was actually a big fan of Anderson Silva because like he was trending in Brazil at the time because like of his movements and everything. So I just said to my friend like, "Hey, actually my friend invited me. Hey, let's train Muay Thai." I was like 13 to 14, and I said, "Ah, man, my toe." No, no, you can use your hands. And I said, okay, Muay Thai isn't that thing that Anderson Silva does in the fight. And then after that, I just fell in love with like striking. But I wanted to do like what I was watching in the TV. So I started to train like MMA, Jiu Jitsu, boxing, and then here I am.
Okay, I have a few quick follow-ups. One, does the toe ever come into play when you're training, when in the fights?
No, no.
Okay.
So I really needed rest.
Yeah.
If I had like rest uh, to play soccer, maybe I would be like soccer player. I don't know, but I didn't rest. So my first day is like training. I wouldn't kick because I was like scared of
Yeah.
have something. So I wouldn't kick. I wouldn't do things like that. And then like I I took the time that I needed because I wasn't using my foot and my toe. So I just needed time, and I was using my hands, elbows, like doing pads. So my toe right now is 100%. It's just like super ugly, but I'm a fighter, so that's how it is.
We're glad that you made the switch. We're happy to have you in MMA and fighting. You mentioned some injuries. You mentioned some lingering things. Can you talk about what they are, and will the end of the year, you mentioned coming back potentially at the end of the year, be a good enough timeline to get some of those worked out and healed?
So I'm gonna talk about one. I have more than one, but one, my jaw, like here, from the knockdown that Francis like landed on me in the in my on my UFC debut. I don't know what it is, but he hits hard. So I still like have some pain here. I checked with the doctor. It's nothing serious. I just need to rest. Sometimes like when I'm chewing, and sometimes even like when I get hit, it hurts. So I need to rest. I have a couple more things, but
Yeah,
I don't want to say
I
this here.
understand. I
I can say
understand.
after, but here.
I
But
understand.
yeah, man, one of the things is like my jaw. Uh, Again, props like to Francis. He landed a good punch, and I wanna like have this fixed because otherwise I will have to jump to another profession. So I don't want to do that.
No, we do not want to do that. You mentioned Anderson Silva as one of your inspirations. I also saw you got to meet Charles Oliveira back in 2022, and you said that he was one of your inspirations as well. What was it like getting to meet him? You know, at this point, you're what, 21, 22? Like, what was it like getting to meet him so young into your career?
Oh man, it was great. It was like at the time I was new here in the US, new going to the PI. So every time I would see a fighter, I was like, oh, that's how a fighter looks in person. But with Charles was different because I was a big fan even before the belt, like because I always knew that he was like a good fighter. but he would always like have these off moments. But I knew that that wasn't him. And then I think he found like his thing. Like he said that after his daughter was born, everything changed. And I was just a big fan, because I also come from a humble place in Brazil. And he has the same story, like small house, like trying to give a good life for his family. And I just felt like inspired by that, and I was a big fan. So meeting him was great, and also like we got to share like a moment in the sauna together, and like he was asking me things like, "Hey, when you gonna fight? I wish you the best." So it was good. It was awesome, man. Like at the time, I was talking with him, and in my mind, I was like, "Oh my God, I'm talking with Charles," and it was great. It was great.
And now Charles Oliveira is talking about you. Speaking of Charles, he takes on Ilya next month. Incredible fight. I was doing some math in my head here. Ilya moves up to 155, changes his name to La Leyenda, which means the legend in Spanish. Your nickname is the legend. You move up to 155. He changes his nickname back to El Matador. I feel like that's out of respect for you.
Yeah, I think he saw that I was coming after him. No, I'm kidding. Maybe he saw that like he wasn't the only one. To be honest, like he's very popular, and I was like, oh, everybody gonna say that I'm trying to steal Ilya's nickname, but he changed.
He was stealing yours.
Yeah, he was stealing my nickname, but he changed, and his nickname is cool. Like he's the only El Matador, I think. So good for him, and it's a good matchup. I'm with Charles, and like always, he's the underdog. He's gonna be an easy fight, but he always proved like the doubters wrong. So I think it's gonna be one of those nights that he's gonna shock the world, and it's gonna be Ilya.
Incredible. I mean, that would be an incredible moment for Charles. Talking about these legends that you met, being inspired by Anderson Silva, meeting Charles and him inspiring you. I saw on Embedded that you got to go back to the Tough House and talk to some of the people that are competing on the current season. You're the winner of 32. They're competing on Tough 33. What was it like to be in that position now on the other side of it, where you were once the one in the house trying to scrape and scratch and claw to get your opportunity in the UFC, and now you're coming back to talk to some people who are in that same position as you? What was that experience like for you?
So first of all, it was a crazy experience just to step in the house again, because
Yeah.
they did it in the same house, and it's crazy because I live so close to that house, and I would always say to myself, "Oh, I'm gonna go visit the house, like just pass on the street and see the house, to live again everything in my head." But I would never do that. And then my manager texted me and said, "Hey, they want you to go to the house and do embedded." And I was like, "That's great." So it was amazing to go back to the house, kind of leave everything again in my head. I got to go to the place that I was sleeping, like to the place that I was struggling, like to make weight, to everything. So it was fun. And talking with the guys, it was cool because I really felt like some of them like got inspired by things what I said. They were asking things, and even like off camera, some of them came to me and say, "Hey man, thank you for your words because you really helped me." So I'm excited to see this season, and it was a good moment. And yeah, man, like 1 year after, being able to go back to the house as the champion, and like having the chance to talk with like the competitors and guys that have the same dream that I had, and it was amazing.
Yeah, you get to come back with the hardware. Just a couple more before we let you go. I saw you rocking the Akatsuki shorts in training, and I saw you had the Naruto shirt on in the Charles Oliveira picture. Is that your favorite anime?
Yeah, man, my favorite anime I like so much. I try to not buy these things, but man, I end up buying things like that, and I just love it. Like I just think it's a cool anime. I'm not the guy that I get inspired by these characters and they change my way to think. No, I'm more simple. I just love it. That's it. Like I think it's a cool anime. It's entertaining, and yeah, I have like tattoos. I can't show because I'm wearing like sweatshirt. But wait, this side. I have one here.
Oh yeah. We can see it.
Yeah, I have this one. I have on my arm too. I really like it.
And these are all from Naruto.
Yeah, all from Naruto.
I mean, in your defense, the shorts are sick.
Yeah, man. No, it's it's they have cool like stories. Why the characters they do that and the things they do. So I love it.
Is that really the only one you watch?
No, I watch a lot of animes. I watch Attack on Titan, Death Note, Demon Slayer, Dragon Ball Z. I'm an anime guy,
Oh, sick.
but Naruto is my favorite one.
I love it, man. One last one before we let you go. We were going back through some older pictures of you. We came across this one that the internet seems to love, that they post on your fight week. This one right here. What is the story behind this? We know that this isn't actually you, but like if you type your name in, like all of these Brazilian fans are tweeting it out and they're like, it's Mairon Santos fight week. We saw Moicano used it in a thumbnail. Like it feels like it's everywhere.
So there's one guy. He works like UFC Fight Pass in Brazil, and he's like a friend. One day, someone sent to him, "This guy looks like Mairon Santos. Like he has a lot of followers." So, and I found out this so funny that I start to share it too, and now like if I look up my name, like if I put Mairon Santos on Google, I know I'm gonna find this image. And to be honest, man, I think like the body type, it's just like me. So that's why it's so funny. And also, I was like doing interviews for UFC Brazil, and I said like to the guy that I was the prettiest guy in the UFC, and then they take this photo and they like now it's time for the prettiest guy to fight, and then they put this photo, and everybody loves it. I put it as my profile photo for a little while, and it's funny.
It's so good. I actually had to like deep dive. I wasn't sure if it was actually like an old picture of you and you were like doing a bodybuilding contest or something. I didn't know what it was, but we finally found the source image for it. It was ridiculous. We got such a good kick out of it.
Yeah, man, this guy like I'm built like I don't know, SpongeBob. This guy is just like that. So I don't know. It's funny. I don't have problem with that. I know I'm the prettiest fighter in the UFC, so I don't care.
That's a good title to have. Myron, thanks so much for joining us, man. We really appreciate it. Future is bright. Congratulations on all this success, and we'll talk to you soon, man.
Thank you, Myron.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me. It was awesome to have this conversation with you guys, and I can't wait to be back.
Yes, sir. The pleasure was all ours, man. Be easy, Myron.
Bye, Myron. Thank you.
Oh, the man. What a fun interview. The stable grows.
Yeah, I feel like we're in a good groove of like, you just want to talk to like certain people, like and
Myron was great.
Learn more about them, and you learn so much about his personality. The fact that this started as like an in joke with somebody at UFC Brazil, and he's running with it. He's a funny dude. He's a low key funny dude.
All right, so we got Mairon Santos, we got Montel Jackson, we got Malcolm
Our boy
Wamaker,
Malcolm, of course.
Juliana Pena.
Oh, the queen.
I think those are the four, and the boys in the back.
For now, yeah, that's the
And the boys
stable.
in the back era. Yeah. Now, anytime these guys fight, I'm gonna be like living or dying with every shot.
Yeah, I mean, 24 years old, like good head on his
16-1.
shoulders, 16-1, but also like the perspective of hey, I messed up in that Francis Marshall fight. Like, there's a lot of guys who that's a denial, right? That's it was an off night, this and that. He's like, nah.
No, that's a lot of guys saying, go back and watch it. I won.
Oh, that's exactly
Go back and watch it. I outpointed him in this round and that round.
That's exactly what it is. And he is the guy who says, nah, I probably lost that fight, actually. I wasn't mentally there. I'm going to improve for the next one. You got to get a huge win over Sadiq Youssef. You got a baby. Like, the dude is well put together for a 24-year-old.
Yeah,
he's got his life in order.
16-1. 2-0 in the UFC,
Vaseline
tough
guy.
champion, Vaseline guy, prettiest man in the UFC.
How about that? How about him laying down the gauntlet? He is the prettiest man in the UFC. I wonder who the other like, is Carlos Oberg going to come up and be like, no, that's my title?
He's got to be up there.
But shout out to Mairon Santos. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. All right. No fights this weekend. Not a lot to recap. I would finish down like a unit and a half. Parley Pals lost. Shout out. But that's pretty much the only recap we got. No bets for this weekend because there's no big fights going on. So I think it's time to jump in to our pound for pound rankings.
Let's do it.
Summer activities.
Yes.
Memorial Day weekend, at least in the States, feels like the unofficial kickoff to summer. A lot of kids starting to get out of school. Vacation's starting to happen. It feels like summer is here. Frankie in Seattle. So, Jordan, tell me how we're going to do this.
So Frank still did submit a list. So
Wow.
in typical Frank fashion, he demands to go first.
Okay.
Eric will go second, and we'll finish up with you, Connor.
I'm just
All right.
impressed Frank actually, like, Frank usually takes the easy way out and doesn't do anything if he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
No shrimp cocktail on the list, surprisingly.
Wow. In
You
the
would think
summer?
summer activity,
Come on,
refreshing, put a little lemon on there, a little refreshing shrimp. All right, so Frank's summer activities list kind of has a theme that when he sent it to Andy and I, we kind of just editorialized a little bit and kind of got into mind of Frank. You know, he's a bit of a lover. He loves love. And what's great about summer love. You know, the situationship, relationship. You like to do something with a significant other. So at number 5, a great activity to go to with a significant other. A lot of conversation can be had. You can play some board games there and cards. A beer garden.
Wow. All right, Frank.
Okay.
I didn't know where we were going with this. I was like, the married man's
this-
favorite activity is summer love?
You're viewing this as Frank is thinking of date spots. Like, that's what this beer garden is representing in your mind.
100%.
Got it.
Okay.
I think that aligns with
All right,
what Frank
beer
would want.
gardens.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a good beer garden?
Yeah, coming up at number 4, we've got one that I think is a little questionable. I'm going to guess it's pool, as in not swimming pool. I'm going to guess it's playing pool
Got
for
it.
him, right? Because I was like, this could go either way.
Going to a
Billiards.
pool.
Going to the
billiards. Yeah, going to the billiards.
Shout out. I
Well,
like
either
that.
way, billiards, pool time, you
Date.
get a little noodle time in the pool or
Makes
reading
sense.
some
Date,
books
check,
together.
check. Summer
Makes
of love.
sense.
Number 3, definitely something you do if you're in love in the summer. Holding hands, letting the water get into the feet, sand beneath the toes, some beach walks.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
That's nailed it with Frank. Black jeans, black hoodie, black hat. Let's go walk on the beach.
Oh, I love it.
All right, coming up at number 2, something that's very typical to do in New York in the summer, outdoor concert.
Oh,
Everybody loves these,
What
right?
says
These
love?
are great.
Yeah.
Rick and Frank did an outdoor concert last
And
summer.
they were in
Oh,
love.
shout out.
And we are still in love.
His
That's not
whole
changed.
overarching theme of the list was love.
Yeah.
You tell us.
According to us, yeah.
Look at it.
All right.
I
We're-
think
we're
they have
inside
decided
Frank's
that, but
brain.
they are interpreting it.
Okay, all right.
because
So
they-
he literally just gave you these 5 words, and we're just choosing to interpret it how we want.
They know Frank so well.
Okay.
This is what they've divined.
Okay.
And I agree with them, by the way.
Number 1, I'm very curious.
Number 1, not really only a summer activity. Really can do this at any point, but this is, again, on brand for Frank. Record shopping. You can literally do this in the
What
winter.
the
Honestly,
fuck?
I
That
think
was
you
his
prefer to
number
do
one?
this in the winter. It's indoors. It's an indoor activity,
That's
but you know
insane.
what?
That's
But also, are you
insane, Frank.
talking? Are you walking around and just showing each other records?
That's
Like, what are we doing
insane,
here?
dude.
What are
Well,
we
this
doing?
is when Frank likes to give you all the knowledge of, they use this to record. It actually, if you play it out in a certain way on a certain turntable.
Do we think this was his first date with Tracy?
Probably,
100%.
yeah. This was like a very good summary list.
It was okay.
Until number 5.
It was okay, and then number 1, the records.
Summer of Love.
Shout out.
Frank Lenz.
2025, the summer of love, as they characterized it. All right, who's up next?
Rick is up next.
All right,
Okay.
Rick.
Let's hit my list. Number 5. Oh, sorry. Just had to scroll to it. Number 5. We're in the backyard,
Yeah.
beaten down. You're feeling that heat. You're feeling. You
Oh,
got
yeah.
your sunscreen on. The family's here. The family's all together. Fire up that grill.
Oh, yeah.
Fire up that grill. Fire up that
grill, baby.
Oh, wait a minute. Time out.
Look at that.
Wait. Hold on. Go back to that list. What is that? Why does that say BBQ?
You said grilling/barbecue.
I know, but why did we default to barbecue? It's very important to me that.
Okay,
that
so we were having this debate earlier, Andy
Literally.
and I feel like when you're in New York, especially where you're from on Long Island,
we call it barbecue.
barbecue, grill, interchangeable. If
But
you were like
Yeah.
Connor or Frank from Texas or Georgia, grilling and barbecue, very
Totally
different
different
things.
Yes. I wanted to make it clear for the watchers and listeners out there. I know the difference now. Growing up, I called everything barbecue.
Yeah.
I know that this is not barbecue. I know that this is grill. I'm
Also,
talking about
even
grilling.
then, a barbecue is like an event that like 20, 30 people are going to be at. That's like a barbecue. If you're grilling with you and your wife and your kids, you're grilling.
I'm talking grilling. We're throwing some hot dogs. We're throwing some hamburgers on there. Maybe chicken if we're feeling,
A little steak. Whole Foods got a sale going. Yeah, I'll snag a steak.
The steak is where I feel like it's a little outside my comfort zone.
Okay,
right? I just want to put
You gotta
something
get
on
you a
there
meat
and leave
thermometer.
it. Yeah,
You gotta get
see,
you
I
a
don't
meat
want to.
thermometer. Come on now.
That's
Can
a
we
little too
break
much.
the fourth wall here for a second?
Break it.
So I was talking to Rick at lunch about this barbecue situation, and I'm like, Rick told me he doesn't have a barbecue. So where is this happening?
don't.
Are you going to the park?
No.
Are you renting a barbecue? Are you going to? Where are we going?
I don't currently. I moved to my house in 2022. I have had at various points. We don't have a
Wait a
grill.
minute. You moved to your house in 2022 as if that's an excuse to not have a grill yet?
We
Literally.
don't have a grill.
That was 3 years ago.
I mean,
You had one less child. You've gotten a child since then, but you haven't gotten a grill?
yeah, I don't have a grill yet. Actually, you know what? I do have a grill. I have a grill. It's in the basement. It's one of the tabletop charcoals.
Ooh, rough. Let's get you a real grill.
Don't have it.
Father's
By the
Day?
way, propane is legal out there. Like I can get a propane tank.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And,
you can get a
and
gas
fire up a gas grill,
which is easy work.
Don't have one yet though. But anybody is welcome to come over to my house and provide the grill, and then they can grill up some food for
Okay.
me and my family.
Okay.
Got a grill.
Wait, so you want someone to bring a grill to your house
Yeah.
with food as
Yeah.
well, cook for you, and then you're like, all right, time to
Bring
go?
that green egg over and make me some meat. All right, number 4. It's hot again. Summer. Like
It's hot. It's always
whenever
hot.
I think of summer, I think of like that oppressive heat. Like I like that heat. I don't like the dry, like kind of. I want like sweaty, nasty heat because it makes me feel like I'm alive. I like that heat. Summer, it's hot. You got to cool down, right? What's a great way to cool down? I mean, there's a few, but this is one of my favorites. Water balloon fight. Water
Wow.
balloon
Shout out.
fight. I lived for these when I was a kid. I was always like super soakers, water guns. That was always in the
yeah.
rotation. But there was nothing I liked more than hurling plastic water balloons at somebody's head. And also, you can fire one back at me. It's gonna cool us off. We're gonna have a great time. Love a water balloon fight, especially if you get the whole block involved.
Can we go to that second picture of the water balloon fight? Is that Ben the Bane Davis on the left in the water balloon fight?
It is. I
There it
asked
is.
Ben to send me a water balloon fight photo.
That legit looks like an AI rendition of a water balloon fight. I mean, of
With
Ben the Bane Davis at a water balloon fight.
Yes, it does. Oh man, what a spot! Shout out to Ben the Bane Davis for sending me this water balloon fight picture. Love
to
a water balloon
Shout out
fight.
to Glenn Poirier.
Are you shout out to Glenn Poirier? Are you water gun or water balloon? If you can only choose one weapon.
Gun.
Nah, I'm balloon. Give me the balloons. I like the chuck.
Real super soaker.
The like big daddy.
Yeah.
All right, number 3. Again, that heat's coming down. Oh man, we just got into a water balloon fight. I'm all out of breath. We're exhausted. We went to war. We had a battle. How are we gonna cool off? How are we gonna relax after this? How are we gonna unwind? We're gonna grab an Italian ice.
Okay.
We're gonna grab an Italian ice. You
Yeah.
gotta have that water ice.
Okay,
And now
yeah.
Marinos, obviously everybody knows and recognizes the yellow ice thing, but we can go to any of our local spots. You go to the Lemon Ice King of Corona here in Queens. You can hit up a Ralph's, any of those local spots that you love. But we gotta unwind with that water ice.
Also, you keep talking about the oppressive heat. It feels a million times better to cool off from the heat than it does to heat up from the cold.
Oh, 100%.
A million times
Yeah.
better.
It's the best, and it's a good feeling. It's
it feels amazing.
You seek it.
It's also like instant relief. Coming in from the heat or coming in from the cold into the heat, like your hands are kind of unnumbing. They kind of hurt. It takes a minute. You're all stuffy. It's terrible.
There's another way to cool off when that heat is oppressing you, and that's you choose. You know, you could go to your backyard. You can take a little trip, get the toes on the sand.
Yep.
Go swimming.
Oh yeah.
Hop in that water, and here's the important thing. I want to show some pictures here. Jordan, show the. I mean, this one. You know,
classic.
Kids in the backyard. You're just jumping in that pool. Looks pretty similar to my pool, actually.
Girl got nowhere.
Nah, yeah, no hops on that one. But show my other one because I think this is a very important thing, and I need to do a PSA right now. If you go to the beach, get in the fucking water.
Okay, all right. You're
if
like
you go to the
go
beach, get in the fucking water. I know you want to sit there and suntan. You got your book out. You do whatever. The beach is for swimming, and this is non-negotiable for me. The best part of the beach is the water. Getting that close to nature, experiencing that ocean. That is what you go for. I love it. I love swimming. Beach, pool, doesn't matter. If I had to choose, I'm probably going pool just because the beaches around here are not as nice as some of the beaches I'd like. But also the sand, you have to deal with that. You pack up, you got the towel, you're coming back.
I'm going pool every time.
Yeah, pool.
Even in like Miami, I'm going pool over
Pool's
beach.
a nicer experience.
Like, the sand is so much like the water is not as nice. Like with the pool, you're just walking in. It's perfect. It's great. I'm pool over ocean.
The best places and time for beach is a place like Hawaii where it's like you're gonna be wearing this all day anyway.
Yeah.
You're not like there is no shift. There is no change. You go to the beach, you swim, you get out, and then you're going to lunch.
Just go about your day.
Yeah, you just go about your day. So I like that. That's where I prefer to do it. But pool, beach, doesn't matter. Get in the water. Number one, this is the easiest one for me. It was what I did every summer, all throughout my childhood. It's one of my favorite activities. Less so to this day. I try to keep up with it, but it was my number one forever. Play basketball. Outdoor, blacktop basketball, especially in New York City.
Sweating your ass
off. Barely drinking water because you got to stay on the court for the next game. The water fountains are typically broken in the New York City parks. Here's the shame of it. In 2025, and maybe even for the last like 10 years, every time I drive by a park,
empty.
Not a soul on the fucking court. When I was a kid, every single court full, all around Queens, all around Brooklyn, all around Manhattan, wherever you'd go. When I was a kid, 10, let's call it 15, 20 years ago, if you drove by a park and it was the summer, it was buzzing. It was popping, and there were kids playing basketball at all hours of the night. 9 p.m., sun's just kind of cracking down. Everybody's still there. Now it's a ghost town, and it breaks my heart because I grew up playing like outdoor blacktop basketball. I don't think I played basketball gym till I started playing like, church league stuff.
Chain link nets.
Chain link nets.
Love a good chain link net.
Most of the time in New York, no nets,
net
because that's how we go.
Can't tell if it went in or not. It's the best.
No idea. Shout out blacktop basketball. It's for me.
Shout out. It's a good list. It's a solid list. That's an enjoyable list right there. All right.
It's no record store though.
No record store. You got to go record shopping. Everybody does that in the summer. All right. Number 5. Eating summer foods. Watermelon. Lobster rolls.
100%.
Waterfront restaurant, you're eating seafood. Yeah, you get the pies, the feta with the watermelon, the hot dogs. Hot dogs are a summer food. If I see a slamming a glizzy in the dead of winter, we got to talk. There's something.
Wow.
There's something going on. If you're slamming glizzies in the dead of winter, like
I didn't know this.
I'm a hot dog is summer food. Tomatoes, corn on the cob. Look at those lobster rolls. I had a lobster roll last week for the first time this year, and it was just a reminder of how fucking good a good lobster roll is. I'll eat it Connecticut style. I'll eat it Maine style. I don't care. They're both incredible. Corn on the cob, Aperol spritz, like just things that you would not do in the winter. Gotta enjoy the summer foods.
Corn on the cob really is a summer food.
Oh yeah, I think corn on the cob and hot dogs you can eat year round, but in my opinion, it's like that's a summer food.
Got it.
That's a summer food.
I
Fresh
like it.
tomatoes. Tomato sandwiches in the summer are my go-to. Number 4, matinee movie.
Oh.
Who doesn't love a summer blockbuster? And I'm talking you pull up 1 o'clock, almost always an action movie. It's like 100 degrees out. It's ice cold in the movie theater. It's pitch black. You come out at like 3:30. You're literally blinded by the sunlight. Yeah, they're me, you, and Frankie enjoying a summer blockbuster. You're blinded by the sunlight. You don't know what's going on. My birthday is in July. So always like my go-to birthday party was like, let's just go see the big action movie that's coming out. Like I swear I've had so many big time movies come out on my actual birthday. Like I think Harry Potter 7 did, Inception did, one of the Spider-Mans did. So it was just like my go-to birthday party would be like, all right, let's go to the movies. Number 3, you're number 5, firing up the grill.
Let's do it.
You and the boys, family coming over, you're throwing a barbecue at the house. There we are, grilling it up, whatever it may be. Dogs, burgers, brats, chicken thighs. I say steak, maybe a little cedar plank with some salmon if you're getting crazy. Corn on the cob.
For sure.
Summer, maybe throw some pineapple on there. Toast the buns. I'm
now,
down.
Are you the grill master?
I am not a guy who's like, I got to run the grill, but I can run the grill.
Got it.
I can do charcoal and I can do gas. My dad has been big into grilling my whole life growing up, so like I know how to operate it.
All right, so when somebody brings the grill to my house, you can
we'll have a good time. We'll have a good time. The smell, the beauty of it all, the food just tastes better when you cooked it yourself.
Do you have a preference of charcoal or gas?
I like charcoal over
You
gas.
like that like smokiness of it.
Yeah, I really enjoy that. Love the grill. Love the grill.
Got it.
All right, number 2, got to set the scene for this one.
Okay.
You go to a local creamery. No BS, pints from the grocery store. Some place called like Frisbees or the Crazy Cow, Pasture Hills Creamery, something like that. You go at like 8:30. I'm talking like twilight. You spent all day at the pool or hooping, playing basketball, or you went and saw a movie. You're fresh out of the shower. Someone's like, you guys want to go get ice cream? And you're like, it's the summer. What better do I got to do? Let's go. You go. The bugs are out. You eat while you're there. Yeah, like a place that looks like this.
Oh, I love that.
Sun is like down. You eat the ice cream while you're there. You all pull up in like a 2007 like Tahoe. Everybody climbs out.
How about the back?
Like look at this. And then like as the sun's setting, like finally saying goodbye, you're finishing your ice cream. Then you and the gang get back to the house. You like watch a movie or something, and like just like Nirvana, perfect summer night.
I have a take.
Okay.
I don't know if this is hot, lukewarm. You're gonna have to tell me. Freezing cold. You're gonna have to tell me on this take. I like a evening ice cream. I like a summer ice cream, but I do feel like water ice is more refreshing.
Okay.
The juice of it, the water,
like a sherbet
element of it. Even I'm saying like an Italian ice, right?
Yeah.
Like the fact that it's like frozen ice with flavor or like a snow cone, as opposed to something that's like a little creamier. It almost feels too dense. I like the lightness.
So I would agree with you if we were getting this at like 1 p.m.
Okay.
But the fact that we're getting this so late at night, it's probably like 86 out now.
Got it.
It's not quite as hot. You were blasting the AC in the Tahoe on the way over there, and like you're settling down.
It's
for
the
evening.
capper. It's not the like refreshment in the middle of the day. I got it. Okay.
It's not
like
the
it.
capper.
I like it.
All-time one. Like, and you get some crazy flavor like cotton candy explosion or like Cookie Monster. You what?
Cotton candy is my like number one ice cream flavor.
They don't have Brewster's up here, do they? There's a place called Brewster's down south that had a thing called Cotton Candy Explosion, and it was like cotton candy ice cream with Pop Rocks in it. Go to.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like me.
Go to. Even just a Blizzard from Dairy Queen will work.
Shut up.
Number 1, no brainer. You had it on yours. Going to bodies of water, like you said, pool, lake, ocean. I mean, it's just incredible. It doesn't get any better than a beach day, a pool day, a lake day. Slathered in sunscreen all day, sun beating down on you. You're drinking, you're eating, you're having a great time. There we are at the pool, sharing a good time together. And then like that post on the water all day shower, like when you get out and you feel so clean because you were so nasty and like your skin is just like radiating from sitting in the sun all day. It's the best.
Now,
it's the best.
Are you as strong in my direction in terms of if you go, you must get in?
I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that. Whether it's lake, whether it's ocean, whether it's pool.
By the way,
get in the water, bro.
I'll accept the like dipping the feet in. I'll accept like you can hang on the ledge. You can
gotta do something.
walk into the ocean.
Just get in.
Just
man.
get in the water.
Just get.
You have to get in.
I don't care about your hair. I don't care about your makeup. Get in. Honorable mentions. I had some. Watching the NBA Finals or the Stanley Cup. Always good.
Seasonal things that come around every time.
Yeah. Boat days, like going out on a boat. Always good time.
Not a thing
Didn't do that
over
up here.
here.
Oh man,
Yeah.
big down there. 4th of July.
Oh yeah,
That's
of course.
just like the best. There's a
This
magical
combines
feeling.
all those elements.
Magical feeling around the 4th of July. Getting into random sports. Like, I love the Tour de France.
Okay.
Don't give a shit about cycling, but I will get into the Tour de France. Tennis with Wimbledon and the French Open. Like, if the Olympics are down, I'm
Olympics,
watching
love
everything. The Euros, World Cup, stuff like that. Love that. Rooftops, whether it's bars or
for
restaurants.
sure.
Shout
For
out.
sure.
Going to an amusement park, Six Flags, whatever it may be. Going to baseball games. Summer's the best, man.
Summer's great.
Love the summer.
I have an opinion that
Yes.
I needed to share with you guys.
Please,
'cause
Jordan.
You guys were talking about going in the ocean. You complaining about the sand. So, like, you know,
The
you just
complaints
deal
are
with
very
it.
minor.
The beach is like one of the most enjoyable places you can be in the summer. You get a
Agreed.
nice breeze. If it gets too hot, like you said, you just get in the water. Who cares about the temperature? You can throw the ball. You can throw the frisbee. You can do so many things. We love to do a little pizza on the beach for dinner as the sun's going down.
Interesting. I'm
You're
not a big
bringing
eat
the
on
pizza
beach.
to the beach? How
No,
does it?
they actually are delivering the pizza to the
Wow.
beach.
Wow.
Must be nice
That's
out
a
in your neck of
move.
the
That's a
woods.
flex.
Yeah, come on down, man. It's really enjoyable on what did you say? Shitty Long Island.
It is a piece of shit. I mean, there's no doubt about that. The beaches are not great. In my head, I was imagining like the white sand beaches of Florida, of Mexico. I forgot that it will be the rocky cesspool that is Long Island.
Also, bike rides.
Of course, they remember. They deliver the pizza because it's essentially just like a highway. They're just like, oh, whew, throw the pizza out the window. Yeah, bike rides are great too.
Home run derby.
Basket on the front. Home run derby. MLB All-Star Game. That's a great one. Late at night. That's good stuff. That's good stuff, man.
By the way,
Shout out.
Jordan, like
Summer's here.
the complaining about the sand was very minimal. Don't try and spin this into
You know, the
something
beaches
else.
by me, they have a shower. So when you get off the beach, there's a little water. You rinse your feet off. No sand. When you
Yeah,
get
and
your
then
car.
you're-
They
you
just
get
have
in the
rocks
then
that
you-
don't stick to you like
Then
sand.
you're in the towel, and then you're in the car all wet. It's
Car, I'm
it's not
riding
as
my
convenient.
bike from my house to the beach.
That's
and
true.
back,
I
you
forgot
know?
about your little sojourn with the.
So I combined two
bike
good summer activities into one.
Also,
Yeah, fantastic.
I like
and
the
you get
beach.
an icy, and you're good for a multiple.
I enjoy the beach a lot. It's just if I had to choose, if you, Jordan, on-air Jordan, were putting a gun to my head and forcing me to choose one, I'm taking the pool.
It depends which beach, but I'll probably do the same. But God, those Hawaii beaches, fuck, man.
Shout out, never been.
Take
Wanna
me
go.
back. IG caption.
Hashtag take me
Basic
back.
girl.
Hashtag TBT.
Any outdoor movies this summer?
Oh, like a
Watched a
watch on
couple last
big
year.
screen.
Yeah, those are great.
The tricky part with
Summer
that
New
is
York.
I usually
Where
have
are they in
already
New York?
seen them.
So you can go to like a bunch of places, but we like to go to Dumbo.
Okay.
Dumbo
out.
has a really good.
I'm
like,
assuming it's not drive up, right? It's like they have seating, or
Oh, you sit on the lawn.
It's got to be
Oh,
great
wow.
for the kids, right? Because it's
It's
going to
so
be like
fun.
Goonies and like
Yeah.
The Sandlot. Like it's not going to be like or like Avengers, like stuff like that.
Yeah. Coney Island does it too. The Rockaways do it too.
yeah, I might
Jaws
need to
Lots
every
of
get
summer
those.
into
on the
it.
beach.
Say that again,
Jaws every
Jordan?
summer. Yeah.
Most people watch the Meg now on the beach, but it's neither here nor there.
What'd you say, Jordan, about Jill?
I said Jaws every summer on the
Oh,
beach.
Jaws. I thought you said something about Jill.
Nah, the Meg.
Yeah, the Meg.
The superior,
Jill who? Who
the superior
cares?
short movie. All right, voicemails.
Voicemails.
Oh, listen,
Oh,
Frankie's
wow,
back.
Frankie's back.
Boys in the back. Man, it's a pleasure to be here. Arturo from Miami. First off, shout out to Frank for knowing ball about house music and the history in Chicago. And
Shut up, Frank.
question,
I'll never hear this.
with so many amazing teams in MMA, what would be your Mount Rushmore of all these, with the surge of, the fighting nerds and obviously ATT, what would be your Mount Rushmore of MMA teams? Much love, especially to Andy, mi paisana, él es la mejor.
Shout out. Shout out Arturo from
Shout
Miami. Mount Rushmore of MMA teams. I feel like ATT's on there. Extreme Couture.
It gets tough because it's like Jackson Wink has had like John, GSP.
Yeah.
Like it'd be hard to leave them off.
Trevor Whitman.
No, because then you've got like Shoot the Box, which is like
Shoot the
back
Box.
in the day, the original like MMA team.
TriStar.
There's so many. TriStar, Sarah Longo, Extreme Couture, AKA.
Yeah. AKA has to be on there.
It's hard to
Just having
narrow down
Habib
to
in
4.
DC.
It's really hard.
Would
Man.
Fighting Nerds even be on it? They have no
Team
champions.
Alpha Male.
Team Alpha Male. The Fighting Nerds doesn't really have any champions yet.
All right, if I had to go down to 4, I'm gonna go Jackson Wink.
Yeah. AKA.
AKA
ATT.
Shoot the Box. And is it ATT?
ATT has had so many champions.
Yeah, Novo Nyao is...
So many dudes have come through there. Yeah, I guess there's got to be like a
Sarah Longo?
Sarah Longo.
We'll go ATT. All right, those are my 4. Mount Rushmore. This is harder than I thought. There's been a lot of great ones, but so the inspiration for the question, Fighting Nerds is a fantastic team.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic team, fantastic gym.
That was a great question.
Yeah.
What's going on, boys in the back? Love your guys' show. Love what you're doing.
What's up, man? Thanks.
I just wanted to give a special shout out to GC. I'm a Georgia boy myself.
Hey, shout out.
Currently live in Old Fourth Ward.
Shout out.
I just want to say shout you out. Appreciate you for always bigging up Atlanta, and keep up the good work, you guys.
The man. Shout out to the Old Fourth Ward.
Old Fourth Ward?
It's a neighborhood within Atlanta, the city of Atlanta. It's going to be like near the Beltline area. It's a nice area. Shout out to him, man.
What's up, boys? Long time listener, first time caller. You know the cliche. Just want to know, what's up with y'all hating on Jon Jones constantly? You know he's gonna sleep your boy Tommy when they get in the ring. It's gonna happen. I'm just so tired. Every time I put on your guys' show, particularly with Ariel, he's always crapping on my boy Jon. Love you guys.
Love you too, bro.
We just did 30 minutes on Jon.
Yeah, I don't think we're shitting on him. We just want him to fight, man, or vacate the belt. He's holding up the glamour division in the UFC. That's really all it comes down to. At this point, it's gotten to a point of ridiculousness. He fought Stipe while there was an interim champion waiting. He didn't fight Tom Aspinall. It's now been 6 months since that fight, and we've heard nothing in terms of that. Tom Aspinall is now the longest reigning interim champion in UFC history. It's time to defend or vacate. That's all this comes down to.
I think I'm speaking for everybody, including Ariel. We'd love nothing more
than
Jon to come back and fight.
We don't hate Jon. We want to see Jon Jones fight.
We want it more than anything.
But we want a decision. That is all it comes down to. I promise you we're not hating on him.
I think my track record's pretty clear of being an unabashed Jon Jones.
The glaze was real.
Yeah.
What's up, boys? Long time listener, first time caller. You know the cliche. Just want to know, what's up with y'all hating on Jon Jones?
Oh, no, we just heard this one. We just heard this one.
You know he's going to sleep.
The thing is,
every time I put on your guys'...
I mean, it
was a great call.
He must have gotten through twice.
Yeah.
He must have gotten through twice. Shout out to him, though.
It's the fucking boys, Max from Blind Clash Ariel here. Just calling to say, once Orban Elliott becomes the motherfucking welterweight champion of the world, you need to head to Wales. Fight Feast, Cardiff, Blind Clash out, wherever. You'll have the shock. Fuck Perth, fuck Ireland. Wales is the place to be.
Yup. I had to focus to be able to understand that.
That was a rough accent for us.
So Oban Elliott's going to become the welterweight champion of the world. We're going to do a Fight Feast Cardiff.
Doncaster? Where did he say? I couldn't
somewhere, but I think he said Fight Feast Cardiff. And then he said, fuck Perth,
Something
fuck
about
Ireland.
Wales. Yeah, he was talking about Wales for sure.
Yup, Oban Elliott. He fights in about a week and a half on the much anticipated, long awaited Blanchfield Barber UFC Apex 107 card.
For sure, long awaited.
Could have just had a guy like that in Newark next week.
This is a pro Oban Elliott show.
It sure
for
is.
Sure.
It sure is. We will be supporting. He's like a minus 600.
What's up, fellas? This is Dennis from Fresno, California.
What's up,
Shout
Dennis?
out 559.
Shout out to the 559.
So a good homie of mine opened a pizza restaurant in the Bowery in Manhattan.
Oh, shit.
At the beginning of this year. And Dave Portnoy just rated it a 9.2.
Wow.
It's called Ceres Pizza.
I heard about this.
Ceres.
Yes.
So you guys
Mott
should check
Street.
it out. And if you see Jake there, tell him the gas station said hi.
Okay, so if we see Jake,
The gas station said hi.
How about this? I'm assuming he's the gas station.
He has to be the gas station.
Hook us up. Send your boy Jake a text and be like, the boys are coming. Give us an introduction.
I am more than down to go do that. Actually, I'm dying to do that. Not only did Dave Portnoy give it a 9.2, Jimmy Fallon pulled it up on his show and said it's one of his favorite places. Got the box on there and everything, man.
I'd love to go.
That's big business.
Gas
Wow.
station. Hook us up with your boy Jake.
The box. I'm looking at the box. It is absolutely beautiful. It's like this beautiful blue color with their logo on it. I'm down. That's a skip and a hop away from here. I mean, we could be there in 20 minutes flat.
Why do you think his nickname is Gas Station?
I don't know, but we might have to see him before we go to the pizza place.
Well, 24-inch Dubs calling
There he
after
is.
the beatdown, curb stomp, spin kick to the head.
Yeah, spin kick to the head.
Listen, congratulations, New York. I still hate y'all.
Yeah.
Arnett, Jordan, Frank, GC, Rick. Yuck it up. The defending champs are dead.
Only one of them is a Knicks fan.
I don't know what to say. On to baseball and MMA. Go Red Sox. Go Dodgers. I'm out.
Go Red Sox, go Dodgers. Wow.
Yeah, what's the Dodgers?
Maybe that's just a Yankees hate thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, sorry to see it, Dubs.
Congratulations on the exit.
Hey, boys. Andy, Jordan, Frank.
What's up, Don?
What's up,
Double
Don?
D, you know what's up, Don Davis. Just wanted to, first off, thank you for shouting out my boys, Bodkins, at the Bodkin Show. That meant so much. Shout out Bobby Blunts. Okay,
Glad you went on. Shout out Bobby Blunts.
No MMA news again this week, you know. Patchy Mix, congratulations. That's all I got to say about that. Let's get to the real meat of what our discussions are about.
PFL Cape Town.
You guys ever heard of a game called Katamari Damacy? Anybody? Connor? Might have heard of it. I'm sure Frank has. Love those games. Rick, got a question for you. Not a lot of free time, you know?
Frank video games just kills me.
Building a big global MMA brand, but, you know, all work and no play makes Don a dull boy. How does one get started playing Magic the Gathering? Okay? No clue. Set me up with it. That's all I got this week. Bear in mind, you know, when I make these calls, as I did last week, they are not up to the minute with the news. So a lot of people were wondering what I wanted to say about Patchy, and nothing to say, but onward and upward. Remember where he started, the PFL. Thank you.
Remember where he started in the PFL? He never even fought for the PFL. He never fought once in the PFL. I love when Don calls.
God, thank you, Don.
The video game with Frank just kills me every time. How do you get started on Magic? It's easy. You just download the Magic the Gathering app and play MTG Arena on your phone, and it can be the learning curve is a little bit steep, but it's fun. You'll enjoy it. You get some cards. It is a free game, but like you'll probably do better if you spend some money. Thankfully, I'm a free to pay player, and I've maintained that, but it took some time.
Yeah, he supplements the pay to play by playing all the time
for my life.
You also learn very quickly how to ignore your coworkers.
Did you say something?
No.
Well, 24-inch Dubs calling after this beatdown, curb stomp, spin kick to the head.
I think we heard this one too. 24-inch Dubs did call in like 3 times the other week, though.
Hey, boys. Andy, Jordan.
I think we heard this one too. Have we been through them
The
all?
one after this. Here we go.
Hey boys, it's me, Ayers. And I'm Sam, and we're from Melbourne, Australia. Now our question is for the whole crew. Eric, Connor, Frank, Andy, and Jordan. Imagine you guys are going on a BITB pub crawl. And lucky you each get to bring one UFC fighter along for the journey. Who do you bring along to spice up the evening and make for an unforgettable night out? Shout out Frank, big up the shrimp cocktail, jazz in a rainy day, and a book in a quiet coffee shop. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
That was amazing. That might have been the best one ever.
They did our like,
but the coordination, the call outs to other factors on the show, that was
cheesiness like we did on the message. It was incredible.
From Australia too. That was sensational. That was incredible stuff.
Was there a question? I forgot.
Yeah, it was we all got selected to go on a VIP pub crawl.
Oh, that's right.
What UFC fighter would we take with us? Oh, that's a tremendous question.
Do you go completely deranged like a Conor McGregor, like off the rails?
Someone's got to bring him, right?
Do you do like get somebody out of their shell like a Wonder Boy? Like, do you do the I want to see this guy cut loose? Do you do the Ty Tuivasa, who you know can handle the
Ty
drink?
Tuivasa, I feel like it's got to be there. Someone's got to bring Ty.
Derek
Someone's got to bring
Lewis.
Connor. I don't know how much of an effect Derek Lewis is going to have. It feels like he's just going to be like more chill. I think a Connor and a Ty is tremendous shouts.
Anybody on the desk here? Who else? Would you want? But you'd probably want to have a beer with like a Volk. No, you'd probably like
Volk would be great.
Somebody
to go on
who
a
you'd
bender
want to
with.
just spend.
I think DDP would be good too.
Oh, DDP
because he can chug the shit out of beers. DDP, Connor, and Ty right now is shaping up pretty good.
All right, those are the three. One of us will bring one.
Did he ask for Andy's and Jordan's as well? Yeah,
He did, but I mean,
who are you going with?
So tough. I've always been a fan of Izzy. You know, going back to 2018, 2019 when I started watching, he'd be a good time. Our good friend Juliana Pena, probably a good time to grab a drink with. Just a couple that come to the top of my mind.
Paul Hughes train right now, so going for Paul. You already know.
Sink a couple pints with Paul Hughes. I'm down. There could be
That's a
some
great
tension
call.
between Paul and Connor, though.
All right, so we'll lose Connor. Paul's in.
All right.
Hi, this is Gerald Edwards from Perryton, Texas.
What's up, Gerald?
I'm out delivering my route. I deliver the mail every day. Just wanted to say, thanks for everything you guys do. I fucking love the show.
I appreciate that, Gerald.
I've been listening to the Ariel Helwani show, MMA Hour, since 2014.
Wow.
Big fan. Shout out to New York Rick, GC, Mysterious Frank, keeping it 100. Love that guy. Andy, Jordan, thanks for everything. Y'all have a great day.
Damn, thank you,
Just a
Gerald.
nice message.
That was a
Shout
great.
out,
That was a great message. Nice voice on him too.
Yeah, raspy.
Definitely hit a couple of heaters in his day.
What's up, boys? Brett from Nebraska.
Oh, what's
I
up,
want to let
Brett?
you guys know I'm going to be proposing to my girlfriend tomorrow. Got
luck.
some odds.
Okay.
Prop bets for that. Just want to run by you real quick.
Yeah, let's hear him.
Her to say no at plus 10,000.
All right, good
We
shit.
got her to
I'm
cry
not taking that.
at minus 300.
Yep.
Me to cry at plus 150.
Okay.
I'm taking that one.
Got her to already know, even though it's supposed to be a surprise, at plus 450.
Okay.
And then
Taking that one,
finally
too.
us to be divorced by the end of the decade at plus 300. This will be happening during your show tomorrow, so I will not be watching live. Sorry,
So it
boys.
might be happening right
Shout
now.
out.
Might be happening right now. Shout out. Shout out Brett from Nebraska. Let me get a max bet down on her crying minus 300. There's good value there. We're definitely taking you to cry plus 150.
I'm for sure taking both of those.
And then
I'm taking the 450.
her already knowing plus 450. Let
taking
me get a
that too.
sprinkle on that as well.
Yeah, I'm taking that too.
If he wants to avoid the divorce, Frank has some great summer activities that will keep the love alive.
That's a good point.
Check out our list from earlier in the show.
That's a good point. Summer
Great
love.
point. Great point.
Maybe he's proposing at a record store right now.
Could be. Could be.
Hey, fellas, this is Cole from Texas here.
What's up, Cole?
Not having the best of days up here at work, and
sorry to hear
I
that.
opened up Twitter, and Eric, this is more of a question for you. I know you love the movies. I guess Michael Bay's making a Skibbity Toilet movie, and it started production this weekend. Are we cooked? Are we cooked as people?
Are we cooked?
What is this about? Are you going to see this, Eric? Do you know what this is? I don't even know what this is. Shit's crazy. Bye, fellas.
I know what Skibbity Toilet is. I knew that Michael Bay was doing something. We are not cooked. Things will get better. You said you're having a rough time. We're here for you. Hopefully your day can be made a little bit better, and we're pulling for you.
I am sorry to hear that. Skibbity Toilet movie, though, we're cooked. There's some great movies coming out. Mission Impossible this weekend. Friendship with
Final
Tim
Destination
Robinson.
Bloodlines,
Final
don't
Destination
forget.
Bloodlines came out. Superman coming out. Lilo and Stitch this weekend. Smashing Machine in October. There's some movies.
There's some stuff.
Hey, I just wanted to call, get straight to the point. Why
Love
is it that everybody's so happy to see Dustin Poirier leave instead of, pushing him to continue to win or chase the title? It's like that real life metaphor of the guy digging for diamonds and the guy who gives up right before he gets it. And speaking of diamonds, is Diamond Dustin Poirier. All he has to do is play the waiting game. I mean, look how many superstars in the UFC have ultimately waited and got a championship title shot for no reason. Dustin Poirier, Islam is out of the division. Dustin's not a bum. Dustin has not fallen off in terms of performance by any means necessary. He beats Max Holloway. What does that move him up in the rankings after beating Max Holloway, who's ranked ahead of him? He plays his cards right. He takes his time. No rush to get into a fight. And the opportunity comes for a title fight. It's there, and he can leave a champion. He can leave a champion.
All right, so unfortunately, he is essentially coming off of that against Islam. The cards fell in his favor, and he ended up getting a title shot that he didn't necessarily deserve. I mean, he had just been head kick KO'd by Justin Gaethje the prior July, and then he got a win over BSD, who wasn't even in the top 10 at the time, and he got a title shot off that. In addition to that, he's only getting older. In addition to that, that was his third title shot, and he's come up short in each of them. He knows that his career is coming to a close. Lightweight is one of the deepest divisions, if not the deepest division in all of MMA. It is incredibly difficult to win a title. He's proven such. He knows that his career is coming to an end. He's getting his send-off fight in New Orleans. Go out with a win. Kiss everybody. Bon voyage. An incredible career, storybook career, and just call it a day.
If they gave, let's say Ilya wins, and they offered Dustin a title shot, he would take it. You know this, right? Like, he would take it. No?
Yeah, of course.
But they wouldn't offer it to him.
No.
That's the thing. Because he can't, the scenario that this person has set up of him walking away as champion, that's the last thing they want. They don't want somebody to win the belt and then walk away. This is what GSP did, and they don't want that. That's they like the champion to stay. And so it would just never set up where they'd go, okay, Dustin, you fight for the title, and then you can walk away after this. The UFC, that's the last thing they want.
So we're saying all this. If he gets sniped by Ilya, and that's how he has to go out.
Yeah, it's not
That's not what we want to happen.
So I think it's setting up perfectly. If he can get a win over Max.
Ilya doesn't need to fight any more fan favorite legends.
Yeah. It's a good point.
Give him a Matej Gamrot or something.
What up, boys in the back? This is Dylan from La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Oh, shout
And
out
after
Wisconsin.
watching the Island Boys brothers throw it down, the fight itself was pathetic. There was stumbling all over the place. But it got me thinking, if you had a chance to fight your brother, I know Ariel has one. I'm not sure if you guys have any brothers.
I do. I
But
have two.
if you got paid to fight your brother in front of Aiden Ross for that kickboxing stream service, would you do it? You guys take it easy, and as always, shout out James Tahuna.
Shout out to James Tahuna.
So-
I have two brothers. It depends on the payday.
What is there a price to fight your brother?
Yeah, of course there is. To do an exhibition boxing match against them?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I don't have a brother, but I'd
you
fight
kidding me?
somebody's brother for money.
I'd go out there and lightly spar and get on with my day.
Now, I'm sure you guys have had some actual fights for free in the backyard.
Oh,
at
for
some
sure.
point.
Yeah. One time they threw me through a coffee table, split my head open. I had to get 14 stitches. Like body slammed through a coffee table.
Yeah, so that would just be the get back for
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It'd be like, oh, yeah, they're paying me 100 G's to beat your ass?
It was shitty because I'm 4 years younger than one, 7 years younger than the oldest. So they always had massive size advantage on me.
Yeah. You're the runt, huh?
What'd you say?
You're the runt.
Yeah, well, not the runt, but I just was so much younger than them. Now I'm bigger than one. The other one's like 6'2".
Got it.
All right, that'll do it for voicemails. Jordan, do we have any super chats?
Super chats.
All right, Olajuwon Dream requests for the boys in the back to interview Julius Walker.
Okay.
All right. We'll note it down.
We're writing it down.
Right
Julius
here.
Walker.
The Juice Box.
Juice Box.
Shout out. 6-1. Coming off a split decision loss to Alonzo Minifield. Fighting August 9th. Down.
Jacob Garcia says, GC, you gotta check out Dragon Ball Thema?
Done. Writing it down as well. I'm kind of in the
It's
mood.
an anime, I assume?
Yeah. It's a Dragon Ball outlet. I'm kind of in the mood to re-download Crunchyroll after talking with Mairon Santos.
Mairon, he's big on that anime.
And lastly, Corbin says, who are some fighters that never made it far, but you really enjoyed watching? Mine are Dennis King,
Oh, this is great.
Fabio Maldonado, and Paul Taylor.
Oh, man. Who is the dude that Drew Dober fought that he knocked out? Was it Rafael Alves? He ended up getting,
Shout out to the turn, Rafael Alves.
Was that who it was? Yeah, it was. It was Drew Dober. Yeah, I always really enjoyed watching him fight. He hasn't touched the rankings yet, but like I am the biggest Steve Garcia fan. Who else didn't?
I'll tell you who. Jim Miller.
Yeah, Jim Miller.
My one. Never got
fought for a
championship
title
opportunity, but like, goddamn, that guy brought it every single time. I love Jim Miller.
Yeah,
I loved Michelle Pereira when he started. He was coming out. The first walkout. He was like kind of crying and laughing and dancing. It was just an electric factory doing flips.
Yeah.
In the fights, like you never knew what was
He's
coming.
still going to be a UFC champ though, so that's.
Oh, that's a good point, but he hasn't been yet.
Michel Pereira, the absolute man. Nate Diaz doesn't count.
Nah, that guy was in the biggest fights ever.
Yair fought for a title. Trying to think.
It's hard to think of the names like this, but I always did like George Soteropoulos. I know you have no idea who that was, but he was like a guy who was like on a crazy win streak, like the Leons and Bilals of the world, and just never got the title opportunity. Another one, Ross Pearson from that era, was a lot of fun.
Melvin Guillard.
Melvin was kind of fun too. Yeah, he was just icing people or getting iced himself. That era had a lot of guys like that.
Yeah, it's a good question. It's good to think about. A lot of the really entertaining fighters end up making it far, though.
Yeah. They become the fan favorites.
All right, you said that was it, Jordan?
That was it.
All right. I think that'll do it for us here on The Boys in the Back. Crack tomorrow. And then a reminder, we will not be back Monday with the Ariel Helwani Show because of Memorial Day here in the States. Wow, only 36 shout-outs.
Shout out to the shout-out counter.
There it is. Shout out. Let's get it to 40. We might as well. Crack tomorrow. Ariel Helwani Show back on Tuesday because of Memorial Day. If you're in the States, enjoy your long weekend. If not, enjoy your weekend all the same. And we will see you soon. Thank you for watching.